I'm Caitlin Bristowe. Your session is now starting.
Erotic therapy.
Welcome to the...
We should play that game about what we try to say.
Okay. You want to start it off hot like that?
Yeah. But I forgot the rules.
Okay, so Kat and I last year were flying to... Three,
Do you want me to say
two, one. Tulum. Oh yeah, I forgot. No, I honestly couldn't think of the word until that. We were flying to Tulum and we were trying to do the game where we go 3, 2, 1 and we say one word and then whatever's associated with it. So say I was like, okay, 3, 2, 1 and I said Tootie. And then we'd be like 3, 2, 1, Chandler.
Okay, so wait. No, but actually I think the game we were playing on the plane was the number one where you try to say the same number. Anyways, let's play.
Would you want to do number or
No, I want to do the word.
thing?
The word is the one I wanted to do. So
Okay.
it's a thing.
Yeah. Imagine we get it right off the bat. Brody and I did it once where we said the same word. We went 3, 2, 1 basketball. And
Okay, I remember you saying that. Okay, I'm ready.
got it? Okay. 3, 2, 1 cowboy
Microphone.
boots.
Microphone.
Microphone cowboy boots. Okay. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1 Nashville.
Podcast.
Okay.
You're like surprised that. Okay.
3, 2, 1 studio.
Off the vine.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1 wine.
Saint-Tropez.
Well, we
Phuket.
did drink a lot of wine in
Okay.
Saint-Tropez. Is it Saint-Tropez or Saint-Tropez?
So it's, I think because it's in France and they say
Saint-Tropez.
Saint-Tropez, but like it is to a like dingleberry American, it would be Saint-Tropez, but like Saint-Tropez.
Well, I did where was I talking about it? I had to redo like my Instagram story or something. Oh, it was today when I was like, I'm having Kat on. We're going to do a recap of it. And I panicked. I was like, Saint-Tropez. I was like, Saint-Tropez. Like I panicked.
I've been saying Saint-Tropez.
I say it because Post Malone does it. I'm in Saint-Tropez.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, well, we failed again.
Okay.
But it was a really good segue into our trip.
But I really was thinking it'd be cool if on 3 we were like, off the vine.
And then we winked to the camera and Kat Campbell. Was it an easy switch to like switch? I don't mean like legally switch your name, but were you like, yes, I will switch my name, no questions about it?
Like,
Because you were Kat Braswell.
are you saying, was that a decision that was easy for me?
Yeah.
Or yeah, totally.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Like, it's just like, I felt like that's just what I was going to do.
Well, and you're kind of like, you're not old school, but you are traditional.
Yes. I think it was like from a traditional place. I don't have an issue with anyone not doing it, but I was like, that I will take his last name. And then also Kat Campbell.
Sounds
I love Braswell a lot.
Yeah.
Still, obviously, but Kat Campbell's like, that was an easy one. It wasn't like, it was like,
Is Shannon going to take
Something
James'
terrible.
last name? Because I feel like
Yeah,
that
she
is...
already did.
Oh, it is so rich.
Shannon Middleton.
Anyways, I thought we would do a little recap while we were, I think it was night 1. We were having so much fun. I was like, we have to recap this trip.
Oh,
And it was
yeah.
only night 1.
Ugh.
Out of 10, what was that trip?
10.
Yeah, I agree.
When I say like, I literally looked, I think you were dancing on the back of the boat with the
Goggles
on.
Yeah.
And I literally looked at Emma and I said, this is going to be one of those trips that for the rest of our lives,
Yeah.
we say, do you remember when we went to Saint-Tropez with just like a group of friends and just did everything that we wanted to do?
And we were
executed
all
with-
on the same page at all times of the day.
It was nobody, like I was the only one that night 1, was that night 1 when I was just like, everybody out, I'm going to bed. And Worth, Julie, and Mark went out.
Yes, and I
you,
stayed
me,
and pumped.
Emma, you pumped. I pumped.
We stayed home and pumped and ordered McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was so down for staying in that
good.
night too. Because I was like, well, that was a full day. Plus we had landed that day. We flew to Newark, missed the really cool lounge because our flight was delayed, and then jumped on the plane to France. I can't say France. It has to be France. Francais. France. And we woke up in France and went straight to a beach club.
And like woke up, I slept 3 hours cumulative, like not straight 3 hours. But we just like, it was something about getting there and getting to the beautiful scenery. And we were like, had planned all these fun outfits and swimsuits. And it was just like, we just rolled with it.
We rolled with it. And
did.
We went to this, what was it called? Shalona?
Shalona, the first one.
And somehow Tyler Cameron was there, which was
that the first night?
Yeah, that was the first night. Because there's always, first of all, Mark Block, who was with us, hilarious. Kat and I were like, we need to get him on the podcast because he has stories for days. He runs like the biggest modeling agency in Nashville?
At least, yeah.
And he knows everybody. And obviously Tyler Cameron is a model. And they would run into each other. So then he invited him to brunch the next day. So then I'm like.
But by way of helicopter. when they ran into each other, they had like been on a fun night out in Cannes. And Mark was like, I am going to take a helicopter to Saint-Tropez tomorrow. And so Tyler was like, okay. Yeah. Took a chopper. 20 minutes.
20-minute chopper.
Bing bong.
But he would. I feel like that's such a like, I've never met, no, I met Mark once. I keep saying I never met him. I met him at Worth's birthday. But he is like a hoot and somebody I'd like to have around at all times.
He's the best. I spent 10 full days with him. Like I actually am having withdrawals. Like,
I believe
it was almost like we were a little throuple.
He's so easy
in a non-romantic
to be around.
way. It was the best.
Yeah, he was so fun. And so we went to brunch and Tyler was very hungover because I think he has a video of himself vomiting, which makes me want to. I hear that word and it goes in the back. And he said, "Don't party with Mark Block," and then kept throwing up. So then he was really hungover at brunch, and we were like fresh daisies, ready to
rumble.
And remember those French girls? I was like, we need to befriend them.
Oh my gosh!
I still think they worked for the restaurant.
I
think they were like
the party starters.
Yeah. Like they were 12 good looking, beautiful, vibey party girls in the DJ booth. And I just feel like they were like hired to
And
be
I'll
there.
try not to take it personally, but these girls were like cute. And Kaitlyn kept being like, I want to party with them. And so then she sneaks her little fanny up into their little table and is dancing with them, and I'm just like,
yeah, and what happened next? They all left me.
And then they all left.
They were like, oh my God, you're so cute. Oh, where are you from? And then they were like, we gotta go. And then they all ran, and I was like by myself in the DJ booth. I was like, cool. Yeah, see, I gotta go too.
That was my idea.
Actually, I do too. I had to go first. But it was, I don't know what it was about them. But that's why they're
Their
hired.
energy was so,
electric.
It took. I was like dancing at them the whole time. Anyways, that was really fun. Yeah.
Why is that the dance move?
I don't know, but it's mine forever now.
Forever. I don't know if the Europeans started it or the French people.
France.
Okay, so we partied at the brunch.
So fun.
If anyone is going to the south of France, write this down. Shalona. Which we had read terrible reviews about, but had the best time. The food was amazing.
Had the best time.
Drinks, the watermelon margarita.
And then we tried to get a second one. They were out of them, but it was like a memorable moment.
So good. Shalona. And then what did we do? Oh, we just went to the rooftop of the bar. Yeah. The hotel. Hotel de Paris.
Paris.
We are so French.
It's so French. So Hotel de Paris, wonderful spot to stay. Also like prime location right in the middle of the city. You can walk to chic shops or you can get a complimentary shuttle to any beach club.
Yeah.
It was just magical.
And right across the street, good old Chanel.
Oh, Channel.
Channel in Saint-Tropez.
She went to Channel and got herself a nice bag.
I still can't believe that I'm in a position in life that I can just go get a bag. But not that I'm like, I'll get 10. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, that's a lot. I mean,
when I met Kaitlyn, she didn't have one, which is totally fine. Nobody has to have one. But
Payless is shaking in their boots, just so mad at me.
Yours was Guess.
Yeah, my purse was Guess.
And I just said, Kaitlyn,
I thought it was cool.
You do well. Buy yourself something nice.
I said, yeah, that's why I got a Guess, bitch.
But when I met Worth, I didn't have a bag. Worth recently told me that there was this bag that I carried. It literally went with me to a black tie event, and it went with me to the gym.
Yeah.
It went with me to the sauna. Wherever I was going, it was this fold-over brown leather bag. So when we first met, he kept buying me like bags for like different occasions, like one bag for like my birthday and then something. And then
he's like, we gotta work on your collection.
I did it because your bag was so bad.
Stop.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it was nice. Well, and I was like, I never owned anything.
But then once you own them, I feel like it's like a tattoo.
It's a drug, yeah.
It is. Like I'm like, well, now I want a collection.
I know. Well, you've got a really nice little thing going.
Except don't tell the person that bought me the Bottega wallet that Ramen ate the Bottega wallet the other day. I can't believe that little sucker. Ramen does not eat. He'll like put things in his mouth because he needs it to calm down, but he never chews anything. I'm like, he's weirdly silent right now. And then I go over there and half my wallet is in his belly. I was like, but you know what?
Big trouble.
Big trouble. Oh, and so I found a very good video, which you were there. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me on this one. I set up the camera. Sunny's on.
Oh my God. I was probably screaming at Worth.
How do I do it? How do I do it?
Hit the power button, you say. Just for the people at home.
Put the wrong and hit the power button. No, wait, I don't.
I'm milking myself. I'm pumping.
Yeah. Well, because I'm still nursing. And but what was so funny is
on my nipple on one.
yeah, so she nursed. I mean, she pumped.
Yeah, I had to. Morning and night. I couldn't go out unless I did.
She goes, I have to pump. I was like, you don't. Like, she brought it up again. I have to pump. I was like, no, you don't. I do.
Told everybody, if nobody was convinced that I'm in my mom era, which is where I want to be, that right there will convince you. I'm like, you have to like live like a mother to be a mother. I'm manifesting.
Fully immerse yourself in the motherhood.
I'm manifesting. Imagine some little milk came out.
None. Absolutely. The
I'd be
well
like-
was dry.
Yeah, but I feel like if I could like, I think I could really like use my powers and milk.
Okay. Well, let's try that again. I will bring my pump next time for all of you to see.
We had McDonald's and we pumped.
We did.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I really wanted to immerse myself in motherhood. Anyway, yeah, it was close to a full moon, but you know what? If there was a
Yes.
full moon, Milka would have come out.
It would have. Yeah. It would have.
Oh. So, by the way, that outfit, Lee Taylor got back and she's like, so the dry cleaner's going to do their best, but it is very stained. And I was like,
what?
oh no. I think McDonald's, I think I was dipping
The sauce.
and I think sauce got on it.
Sauces.
Plus the pants were too long for me. So they were like dragging in everywhere.
care?
No, because no, she doesn't care at all because she was like, I just want you to know for like, obviously I'm going to buy it off of her if
yeah.
she can't get it out.
Yeah.
But I wanted to buy it off her anyway. So I'm like,
really?
oh no, I hope there's a little stain left. The next day we went to Lulu's Beach Club.
Oh my God. That was
Dream.
my favorite.
Yes.
That
It
was my favorite.
Right on the water, which the water, I've never seen water like that. Like, and we've been to Bahamas and like,
It's like I hadn't been in the water in France, but in Italy, it's like you jump in and it's like invigorating. There's just like
Yeah.
something to it. But Lulu, we got the day bed,
yes.
like cabana thing.
Yes. Paul, our server.
Oh,
it wasn't Paul,
great.
but that's what I kept calling him.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been.
Saint Paul.
It might have been Paul. It was something.
It was Patrick.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Which again,
Yeah.
unexpected in my opinion, but
It was so nice.
so nice. And then we went to this lunch that was like,
Oh, yeah.
the vibiest vibe with the best food, the
Everyone's
music.
doing this.
Yeah.
People, that's my favorite part about the people in Europe in general. But the lunch always has like a DJ. It's always playing the best music. And then if you're like done your appetizer or your like lunch, you just stand up and start dancing.
I know.
It's so cool. Like
It's so cool. And just-
nobody thinks it's weird. You just
like-
start dancing anywhere you are.
there was that lady who we ended up seeing the next day at
loved
Club
her,
55, and she really liked you.
Yeah, she did.
And she was just standing up and dancing, and
she was,
nobody
like,
else was at that point.
65?
Yes, and it was just like, it wasn't like you looked over and said, "Oh my God, look at that lady." It was just like,
No.
she's feeling it and having a
Because
great
here
day.
I'd be like, what the is she on?
Yeah.
And there you're like,
It was just,
of course, you're in France.
and she
just
made it look
dance.
so chic. So then we joined.
Everyone's
I feel like it was
chic
just,
there.
yeah, it was great.
It's really, I really enjoyed that day. And then
That might
I
have been
really,
my favorite.
I think that was that and the boat day. But the fact that after that, we just went to a pub, like a underground cave pub to watch football and drink Guinness with two friends who we met from, where are they from again?
Detroit.
Detroit, yeah, Michigan. We met two random people.
It's
This
the
couple who
best.
they were just
Katie
lovely.
and Mark.
Yeah, Katie and Mark, lovely humans.
Love them.
And we just drank Guinness and went to dinner with
Yeah,
them.
it was so nice.
It was such a good day. Boat day, that was one of my favorites.
Boat day was amazing.
It felt, I wasn't on drugs and it felt like I was on drugs
I know.
because it was just like the Aperol spritz was flowing and then you jump in the water and then you dance and we were
Yeah.
playing Celine Dion.
So we did this game, which is really fun, where you pass the phone around and everybody
yes.
picks their song of choice and you don't tell who it is. So then when the song comes on, people are either really excited or they're not. But then
No,
like,
I goofed it one time.
no, you didn't.
I tried to put on Little Mermaid Scuttlebug.
Scuttlebug. Yeah. And I was like,
I don't know why that
that's
came to
okay.
me.
We hit next pretty quick. But then you and Julie picked the same song,
Oh yeah.
6s to 9s.
Oh yeah. Wait, what are we supposed to do for that?
You were supposed to kiss. Y'all didn't. I think I said whoever picks the same song has to make out, and we just.
I love that one.
So
I was
we'll
like,
just make sure we do that
in my dreams
next
Okay,
time.
I'll do it. That's so funny. I forgot you said. I was like, wait, we're supposed to do something. Kiss. Wait, how fun.
That didn't happen.
Allie, who is James, Shannon's husband's friend, was there. He is such a
doll.
An absolute doll. He was so sweet when my flight, even of all the trips still being a 10 out of 10, even though my flight got canceled, that was so stressful. But I was like, I got to spend just one more night in Nice. And he was like, oh, I would have invited you to my family's for dinner.
Stop.
And I was like, Angel. And he wasn't hitting on me. He was literally just being a kind,
just a sweet guy.
Gentleman. Yeah.
He's
really
so sweet.
Yeah. Is he single?
He's single.
If there's anybody out there who lives in Nashville, because he lives in Nashville now.
He lives in Nashville. And if you like a guy who's a big guy with a British accent.
Yeah. Like rugby big.
Yeah. Buff.
Yeah.
Big.
And sweet as hell.
Should I show?
Yeah. Yeah. Pull him up. He wouldn't mind.
He wouldn't mind, surely.
Well, I was surprised he was private on Instagram.
Let's see.
What's his actual name? Alistair.
Alistair Bone.
And his brother's Oliver, and they call him Allie and Ollie.
So cute.
Oh, he's so cute.
So cute. The best.
I was sad he had to leave because he was just so
but
much
I was
fun.
a little concerned he was going to judge. So this day of the trip was the only day that Worth had to say, like, Kat, settle down on the boat. I was whipping my hair. I was falling. I was spilling Aperol spritz. All in good fun.
Yeah.
But, like, this is my first time letting loose since Nom.
I was going to say, since 1989.
Right.
What year were you born?
89.
Yeah.
And I was just living and thriving. And Worth was like, Kat, settle down. I was like,
which is
coming
so
from the man who
doesn't settle down ever.
Barfed the first night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm never going to let him forget that.
Yeah.
He was like, I think I ate something bad. I was like,
you were like,
honey,
no,
you came in walking like this. Like, don't tell me that was
that was not one piece of fish.
That was not the ceviche from the south of France. No. That was the alcohol.
That was the
imbecile.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then he tells you to settle down.
Yeah,
no, that's the best.
I honestly, the second he said it, I said, I liked that.
Oh,
that never happened.
Turned on a little bit?
A little bit.
I know you
Weren't you? Like, it was kind of
No, I was like, let her go.
Yeah, let her rip.
I was like, get crazier, Kat. Get wild. I like when you let loose. It's fun.
Best.
And like, you never let loose. And not because you like are like, I won't. It's just that's not.
Like, I will pre-kids and then somewhere in between the two kids would like have an edible and be really goofy with like at dinner at our house or whatever. But it's like, to me, my hangovers are so bad. If I have more than 2 drinks, I wake up and I have to be on.
Yeah.
And now for 2 kids, and I was like nursing. So that was like, I wouldn't want to do that. And
I know how that is.
You know.
I know.
And so this trip, it was like the kids were with Kendall and my mom or the Campbells, and I knew they were in good hands. It was my first time getting away. I didn't have to wake up for anything. It was really nice.
Yeah.
The mental piece made it so nice.
I agree. And I feel like you only get to do that like once a year.
Well, and like, I don't think I'll get to do that next year. Like, that was such an over-the-top experience that I don't know.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, we're in October, the season for masks and costumes, but sometimes it feels like we're wearing a mask more often than we'd like, whether it's at work, on social media, with friends, even with family members. I think we've all had moments where we feel like we can't be our truest selves. And that is where therapy can really help. It gives you the tools to take off that emotional mask and truly accept all parts of yourself. Now, therapy isn't just for those dealing with major trauma. It can teach you positive coping skills. It can help you set boundaries, empower you to be the best version of yourself. And if you've ever thought about starting therapy, I recommend trying BetterHelp because it's all online, super flexible, designed to fit into your schedule. You'll just fill out a quick questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime you need to, no extra charge. So take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Vine today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Vine. Okay, as a pet parent, I'm all about making sure Ramen and Pinot have everything they need to be happy and healthy, and Chewy makes that super easy. And if you shop there, you know that they're not messing around. They have over 100,000 products from all the brands that we love. So whether that's food, treats, toys, or beds, and everything gets shipped right to my door in just 1 to 2 days. It's not just for dogs and cats either. They've got stuff for birds, fish, reptiles, whatever it is, you name it. And to keep my pets healthy, Chewy even offers pet prescriptions, insurance, and telehealth telehealth vet visits. Plus, they're rolling out vet clinics across the country. And let me tell you, their auto ship feature is a game changer. I've set it up for Ramen and Pino's Essentials, so I never run out of their food or treats, and I can just adjust or cancel anytime. Just one less thing I have to worry about. And speaking of no worries, Chewy has 24/7 customer service. So if I need advice, I can literally just hop on a chat or the phone at any time. And they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if my pets don't love something, I can return it within a year, no questions asked. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/vine. That's chewy.com/vine to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewy.com/vine. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
One of my also highlights was La Opera.
Oh,
What a like unique experience, because usually when it's like dinner and a show or something that like could be classified as like cheesy or something, you would think the food was going to suck, and it would just, the food was 10 out of 10.
The food was immaculate.
I loved our server. He was kind of hot.
Oh my God, totally. He had like a tattoo like in his hair.
Yeah.
On the back of his neck. But like
was
the
tatted up.
waiters and waitresses would get up on the table and dance in between shows. Like they wanted you to have the most fun.
Yeah. And at one point he like grabbed my hand and he like put me up on a table to dance, and I was like, oh, he like saw me moving. He knows I could dance. Yeah. But then he was like going to any table, grabbing a minute, and I was like on it. And then all of a sudden I was on a table with a bunch of randoms, and I was like, where's my wine? I'm awkward. But it was so cool. Like people came out in masks and like they were doing all these go-go dancing and singing, and some of them had incredible voices.
And the girls' bodies were insane. I was just like,
really next level insane. And they're barely wearing anything.
Yeah.
And then they pulled up our friend Emma for a little striptease, which
loved it.
He was a firefighter. Did you see the skit that Ariel and Matt just did?
As one.
Ariel Vandenberg, she was like, her and her husband were in a car, and they were in, like, they had to be stopped because there was like a fire and fire trucks were going by. And so she was like, oh God, should we say a prayer like for people to be safe in the fires and like for the firemen? And he was like, yeah, okay. And so they were doing this prayer, and she was like, dear Lord, please help those sexy firemen. And she was like going on, and she was like, and just like bless their abs and their
love her.
biceps, and she's like going on, and she's like, and that they're safe, and Lord, if they fall, please have them land on top of me. Amen.
That is so amazing.
But I thought when I saw her doing that, I was like, oh yeah, the fireman that took Emma and did a little striptease on her, which she was like, he's gay.
I know, which is such a bummer. He was so cute.
So cute.
But he was being so like kind. He was like, are you okay?
Yeah. Like, he was like whispering, like,
yeah.
Are you okay?
Just like, is everything yeah. Do you care if I?
So European.
So sweet. And then he came by the table later and was like,
sure she was okay.
And do you have a boyfriend? Like sometimes I just feel like I need to apologize to. And I was just like, what a kind, like that doesn't happen with the Chippendales.
No.
Well, I don't know.
Which, by the way, they opened one in Nashville.
I know.
I got an email to go to the opening, and I was like,
I'll go.
Okay.
Should we?
So.
Meet you.
God, if I could quote Chandler the whole podcast, I would.
It's the best.
Today he goes, okay, Fairy clean up the train and Chandler will jump on the trampoline. That sounds like a nice plan, right?
And you're like,
I was
cool.
Like, I would rather it be the opposite. I'll take the trampoline if you want to clean up, but
he's
I
just
see what
such
you
a
did
little
there.
master manipulator.
He's a little salesman. He's like, that sounds like a good idea, huh?
Yeah. And when he shakes hands, meet you. And it's like this, meet you.
And his belly.
Tiny little hand, his little belly, and his.
When I posted that story the other day of him and I having a Starbucks party, everyone was just, everybody wants Chandler and Fairy to have their own Instagram account.
I want him to come sit in this and y'all have a conversation.
I would, right now, I wish you would have brought him. I would take him over you any day.
So bad. Well, I know.
Just kidding.
My offspring. So it still feels like me. So I accept that.
I'm obsessed with him.
But I would love to know what he wanted to say.
Well, because he says and thinks a lot right now.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
It is funny.
Like he has like big thoughts and big feelings and very expressive.
Yeah. And he like is very in touch with his emotions. It's really cute.
It is really
like,
cute.
Oh, mommy, I missed you all night long.
All night.
Oh, all night long, you sweet angel.
He's literally the
light of my life.
Mine too.
That's great.
Sometimes I pretend he's mine.
That's okay.
In my head.
That's okay.
I'm in my mother era, okay? Let me go.
Do you need to go bump?
Do
we need to cut?
They're really starting to sting. That's what that feels like, right?
No.
Stinging? Oh.
when the
like rocks. They're like rocks.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they kind of do sting when you got a pump.
I know.
Yeah. You know. You know best.
I know more than you. Okay, so some people had some questions from Instagram, some that we can answer and some that we cannot. Kendra said, can we hear about how she raised such a sweet little boy?
How sweet, Kendra.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think Worth and I were surrounded with good people.
Yeah.
And really, like, he kind
you're
of was
both
the
sweet.
first kid in our, like, friend group. And so everyone kind of treats him like a human. And honestly,
Yeah, that's true.
we just didn't, like, fill him with love. And Kendall's so amazing.
Kendall is amazing.
That's our nanny who takes care of them when I work. And, when, she'll come on trips with us. And I just think we all are on the same page. And he's a sweet boy.
He's very loved, and it like you can tell that his cup is always full. So then he's very loving back. Like, of course, he could still be a 2-year-old. That'd be weird if he wasn't. But like, even when he's not, it's like a very quick
so
moment, and he
sweet.
can like remember when you guys left for we were all in the car to go to Europe, and he had tears in his eyes, and he was going,
He said, I'm okay. Or what was he saying?
yeah, like I'm okay. I'm not gonna cry. I'm brave.
I'm brave, sweetheart. And like, he's not without, like, there are tantrums. Like, he's a total almost 3-year-old, but like, his heart is so pure.
I just feel like you and Worth are such like sweethearts too. That helps.
really
It's like it's in his DNA, you know. It is
Sweet.
Oh, well, this one made me want to cry. This person, Butterfly Indigo, said maybe we can do something and donate for her dad too.
That's really sweet.
Have you ever shared on I know I've shared on the podcast what happened to your dad, but is there like a fund that you like to donate to?
So I need to figure that out. There's this guy, he's the Outlier Fund.
Okay.
And he himself, so if those of you that don't know, my dad was diagnosed in 2020 with a glioblastoma. It's a brain cancer, very aggressive one. And he had a brain surgery.
And no cure,
radiation.
right?
No cure. Because it's like, there's always a trace of that cancer left in the brain. So even if you remove it, they can't even on the cellular level get all of it out without like you can't just like take a ton of the brain out, you know? So anyways, it came back 2 years later. He had another brain surgery. He was kind of never the same. And then it like was probably 5-6 months till he passed. And there's this guy on Instagram. His Instagram is Outlier Fund. And I somehow want to donate to his, I think he has a fund. Like, I think he does fundraisers. I need to look into it more. But he himself had a glioblastoma and he's young. I mean, he's like 30 something, if I had to guess.
Really?
And he and his wife ended up having a kid since his diagnosis and since he had it removed. And he's like running half marathons and he just, anyways, just is such a positive light. Because I also have another friend who has a glioblastoma.
I can't believe
and
that.
it's just like, it's just more common and
I hate it.
I hate it. It's terrifying.
I hate it so much too because like everybody's saying like the AirPods and cell phones
I
and
like won't use an
even just
AirPod.
thing that are in our food. I'm like, so we're all just doomed. Got it.
Well, and it's like cell phones. They're like, don't sleep with it in your room. And I'm like, but that's my baby monitor. Do I need to like,
right?
And then they're like, well,
Don't
then
sleep
you're
with it even in your room.
Well, they say like, put your phone either on airplane mode if it's next to you, which I don't think I can do that with my monitor, or sleep with it in another room. So then like, that's my alarm. I mean, I can go back to an alarm clock, but like I have kids.
I try and put it far away, but I didn't know it had to be like in a different room.
Yeah.
Like that freaks
That's what
me
they
out.
say, but you just don't know.
Well, we should all follow that person and see what happens.
I know.
All right, as we transition into fall and our schedules get a little busier with prepping for the holidays, it's always easy to forget about taking care of ourselves. And one simple but super effective thing that I have in my routine is Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement and is trusted by over 1 million people. I use it. Let me tell you, definitely noticed a difference. My hair is thicker, stronger, and there's just less shedding, way less shedding. It's honestly boosted my confidence too. So whether you're dealing with thinning hair or you want to improve your hair's overall health, Nutrafol has different formulas for whatever stage of life that you're in, from postpartum to menopause, or even if you're on a plant-based diet. And the best part, Nutrafol is physician formulated with 100% drug-free ingredients that targets the root causes of thinning, like stress, hormones, and nutrition. And in just 3 to 6 months, you can see real results: thicker, stronger hair, less shedding. So get results that you can run your fingers through for a limited time. Nutrafol is offering Off the Vine listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code VINE. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code VINE. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code VINE. All right, I'm always excited to share some of my favorite skincare brands with all of you, like Oak Essentials. As the crisp fall air settles in, our skin really does need a little extra love, and Oak Essentials has all the hydrating must-haves to keep that summer glow going strong. Now, one of my must-haves right now is the Moisture Rich Balm. Truly unlike any moisturizer I've ever tried, the texture is so smooth, it melts right into my skin, gives me this glass-like radiant glow, and honestly, I've been wearing less makeup because of it. It's packed with clean ingredients like sea buckthorn fruit oil, which supports collagen production, and organic cocoa seed butter, an antioxidant powerhouse. I also can't forget to mention the Dew body oil. This lightweight oil makes my skin feel so hydrated without that like greasy residue. It's kind of like makeup for your body, and the scent, it's absolutely amazing. So basically, I'm just using it as my new perfume. And if you're looking for glowing, nourished skin this fall, Oak Essentials has you covered. So say hello to clean, spa-quality skincare essentials that deliver a moisture-rich glow. My followers, you're going to get 15% off your first order when you use code VINE15 at checkout. That's 15% off your first order at OAKESSENTIALS.com. Promo code VINE15. So go ahead and treat yourself. Get your best radiant skin this fall with Oak Essentials.
Okay, someone said, what is their parenting style, especially towards discipline with a toddler?
Okay, so, I mean, who
And
knows?
you also don't have to answer this.
No, I don't care. I mean, I don't care if anyone comes for me with this. Like, I don't.
I do.
Yeah. Oh, I'll fight you. I pretty much do kind of the way that I was raised. Like, my parents didn't, I mean, like, gentle parenting is like a thing, but like, I'll every once in a while try to like, you know, be like, I see you're having big feelings.
Yeah.
It no way has worked. Like, it's just, if he's being really bad, or if he hits Georgia or like does something mean, like he will be in timeout.
Yeah.
And I have raised my voice. Like,
Yeah.
But I just try
no.
to get like, I'm just like, Chandler, you need to think about what you've done. I think it's pretty similar to what my parents did. Like
I feel like it will be similar to what, like, I see the way you guys parent, and I went, that's how I want to be, because you do both. You do like, you know, if he's just doing something like a 2-year-old would do that he needs to learn about, you do say like, oh, we don't do that, or we don't, and that might hurt her, or like something like that. But if it's too far, then you're like, you got to go think about this. This is wrong. Like, and you put him in a timeout, and he could be kicking and screaming, but he has to learn, and then he apologizes. And I love how you guys do it.
Because he will come up, like, he was in timeout yesterday, just sitting in his chair, and he was crying, and I went over there. I said, Chandler, usually I let the dust settle in timeout, and that may or may not happen.
Yeah.
But I went and got on his level, eye level, and I was just like, Chandler, you threw a kickboard, which he called a surfboard, at Georgia's head, and she was crying. And I said, you really hurt her, and your job is to be a big brother. You have to be really sweet.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Mommy. I said, well, you need to go apologize to Georgia.
Yeah.
And it's just cute. But like, I like to just be like, you know, that hurt, and your job is to be a big brother.
Right.
Be a good one.
That's good.
You are a good one.
Yeah, you
Show
are
her.
a good one.
Yeah.
Aw,
Cute.
that is really cute. Does she like Shannon Ford's husband?
Love him. Oh my gosh.
He's an absolute
James
doll.
is a gem.
Yeah, he is. He's like,
And his family. I mean, I just like his little sister, his brother. I mean, they just were, he's amazing.
yeah, lovely.
So great.
The first time I met him too, I was just like, wow, he's like a good guy.
And he like loves Shannon.
Oh my
so
God,
their
the
love.
picture of him crying while she's coming down the aisle.
Oh, it's just, it was so pure.
Yeah, they really both love it. I've like, when they were over at my house for a Super Bowl, like I'd watch them out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, but they're like obsessed with each other. I want it.
This is like, it's real.
Yeah.
Real.
Real. So somebody says, are Botox lip flips risky over time? Can they permanently weaken upper lip muscles?
I mean, that's a good question. And no, the lip flip is such a small like dose.
Yeah.
It's typically like 2 units per side of the lip. It's not enough to, you know, I have seen people before get too many units elsewhere and they can barely move their lip. Now, it's such a strong muscle. It's not going to do anything over time, just like Botox. It weakens the muscle, but then as it wears off, the muscle movement comes back and you don't have to, you know.
There was a girl who was doing, she's from, what's her name? Tamra from Real Housewives.
Camera Judge.
Yes. I went on her and Dan, this guy from Big Brother. I went on their podcast and she was talking about getting a brow lift. So I started following her to follow along on her journey because she said that Botox stopped working in her forehead. That's a thing?
So it's,
Oh, no.
I know I've seen it in my experience, twice. And I know a couple other girls at Indy have also seen it once to twice. And it's almost like we don't have proof of what's happening, but like over time, your body might like build up an antibody resistance. I mean,
that will happen to me. I've been doing it since I was 25.
I know, but that's why sometimes it's nice to try something else. That's probably why Elizabeth switched you to Dysport. Like if one's not working, you can try another and just see. And some people like have good results from just trying another type of toxin.
Yeah. Somebody wanted to know if under eye filler is dangerous. They hear both sides, and how long does it last, and what are the side effects? And what
any other?
Yeah, no, that's
brain
it.
busters. Under eye filler, it's not dangerous as well. I mean, there's a risk with any type of filler that you're doing, but the danger of it, in my opinion, is just the long-term appearance. I can literally spot when someone comes in and has had under eye filler, because over time it almost gives like a bluish.
That's what I have.
Tyndall, but yours has gotten
so much
dissolve?
better. Yeah, it dissolved. I can't remember how long ago, but I had it so bad that my stepdad looked at me once and I wanted to die. He was like, "Honey, why you got two like harsh lines right there?" And I was like, "Oh God!"
And it can just like start, because they say filler dissolves in about a year, but there have been like MRI studies that show that it's around years later. And this area is just such a delicate area, and it thins over time. So then that filler just starts to look lumpy and clumpy and gross. It's very hydrophilic. It likes water, so it tends to like hold on to water and swell. It's my least favorite. I mean, there is for sure a patient that can benefit from it, but there's other things that I do before that.
Because somebody else asked here, they follow you and was asking about PRF gel.
I love. So
I want to know more about PRF gel.
So PRF gel is a way that we spin down the PRF that we draw from your blood and heat it and then cool it so it makes a gel consistency that can then be re-injected. So I have gotten 3 rounds of it in my under eye, and we do it just like you would get PRP or PRF, and it's basically just like growth factors and stimulates collagen, helps thicken up the skin. But the gel actually gives you like a little bit of support. So you lay it under the tissue just like you would under eye filler, but it's your own body's byproduct. So it's
and so over time, does it get better and better, or do you just have to keep doing it?
Well, both. So like typically we say with most things like PRF or like microneedling, or 1 is a treat and 3 is a treatment. So you kind of want to get to that 3. So you're getting actual collagen stimulation, growth factor benefits over time, but it also provides a little bit of support. So if you were supposed to, if you were just to do regular PRF under their eyes, you would love how it looked that day, and then maybe the next day the swelling's gone and you look the same. But over time, if you keep doing it, it's going to start building up that skin a little bit, and you'll see the benefits totally. But PRF gel gives you like the benefit of what good under eye filler would look like, in addition to it actually
so that's
giving you the benefit over
that.
It's amazing.
I want to try. Do I like, if you look at like, could it benefit anyone, or do you have to have like?
I mean, PRF in general would benefit anyone. Gel will give you a little bit of support. So I would be on the fence if you would love it, since you don't really have a hollowness.
Right.
You might like it out through here a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like it out through there.
I mean, we can just do a little light bit just to like give you support, but then it just dissolves over like 4 to 6 weeks.
So if you hate it, it's not like there forever.
No,
like
and
filler.
I have yet to have someone hate it. It's just
really,
you look rested. It's amazing.
Yeah, every time you get it done, it looks so good.
Well, I feel like I am going to get it forever. I mean, who knows? Maybe the benefits will make me not need it eventually, but I just love it.
Even Botox, I'm like, I will do it forever. I haven't, this is the longest I've gone without getting it in my forehead.
It still looks so good.
I'm not mad at it.
I know.
I'm not mad. Because I've always liked a little bit of movement. This, I'm like, I usually would have been like, oh God, make it stop. But I'm like,
It looks good.
Somebody asked, best Botox Dysport option for men with deep crow's feet.
I like the spread of Dysport because it's almost like I almost can get away with, and I'm not trying to do less units, but like I can get almost a better result with either the same amount of units or a little less sometimes with Dysport. And so in a lot of my male patients, I just start with Dysport around the eye, because spread is such a good thing around the eye because it helps get those little crepiness under the eye. And I would almost venture to say, unless someone specifically comes in, male, and asks for Botox, I typically reach for Dysport on them.
Interesting. I like Dysport.
I love
better.
That's all I get.
Ooh, suggestions for sleep lines on the side of the face. Can you tape at night? What's taping do? I tape my mouth.
Well, a lot of people mouth tape. I don't know if they're talking about like those collagen strips that you put on your face.
Oh, yeah.
Sleep lines are tough because, okay, if you want to sleep on your back and ensure that you're going to stay that way, that creasing is just going to continue to happen. You can't avoid it.
I sleep on my back almost the full night. And I have like the worst cowlick and like in the back of my head that's just always like in my head's like a little bit flat there and like always my hair part's right there.
That you can stay on your back.
Look at this thing. It just does that all the time. I always have to do this.
It's like you're going to need a helmet because your head's going to be flat.
Yeah, I think I should. Yeah.
And Georgia's, gosh.
I should. Is Georgia already over her helmet?
It was like 8 weeks. It was amazing. We started so early.
Oh, that's great.
But to answer that, to close that loop, you really can't avoid sleep lines. I mean, you can do things to stimulate collagen to help give you a little bit more collagen in those areas, but unless you're going to change the way you're sleeping, you're going to continue to crease.
Okay, when you think about brands that are selling through the roof, like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, it's of course easy to focus on the cool product or the genius marketing behind them. But here's something a lot of people overlook, and that's the business behind the business that makes it all possible. And for millions of businesses, that secret to success is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's home to the #1 checkout on the planet. Plus, with Shop Pay, they're boosting conversions by up to 50%, which means way fewer abandoned carts and way more of those cha-ching moments. So if you're serious about growing your business, you need a platform that can sell wherever your customers are, on the web, in store, in their feed, you name it. And that's why businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Aloe uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Vine, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Vine to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Vine.
This is going to be one of your favorite questions. What self-tanner do you use? The gasp.
Okay, so today I have on Loving Tan, Extra Dark, Foam, and I put it on my whole body and I let it sit for 3 hours and I showered. And this to me is like the color I wish I was all the time.
Yeah.
Like this is just...
I love their color.
Not overly tan.
Yeah.
It's just natural.
You know, it's so crazy. We were talking about how much we love that product. And I got Mary from Selling Sunset sent me like a little package with stuff she's done. And it included Loving Tan, bronzer, and a face thing. And and I was like, I was literally about to go buy this.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I've always gotten spray tans. And every once in a while I still do. I mean, Kendall, my nanny spray tans me at my house. It's
me too.
So nice.
I come over for that
But
too.
like a foam is so easy and like very foolproof. Like I don't even look that jacked up. I did it myself.
Okay, well, these aren't questions, but I just want to tell you that like so many people, well, I will ask you one more. Somebody wanted to know, they're like, what is her routine like daily? They said, you've had 2 kids and your body's banging.
That is so
I
nice.
wish I could say their name because I want to. Somebody said, how did you transition with second baby? How do you still make first babe feel special?
Okay. Y'all know that scene when in The Holiday when Cameron Diaz tries to make herself cry?
Yes.
And she's like,
yeah.
and then she can't. I kind of felt like I was trying to force the sadness. Like people are always like, when you have a second child, you are never with your first one. And I never got that feeling. Like I was just so excited to expand our family. And, you know, it was kind of a rough road. Lost my dad, had 2 miscarriages. I was like, okay, be sad. Like squeak a tear out. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
So I think I went into it being like, I am giving my child a sibling. Not that you only child is great. I just know I want a big family.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, okay, Chandler, you've been our baby. You get to be a big brother. He's so proud.
He is so proud.
And so he's also at the age where like I'll be like, we call him diapers. I'll be like, go get sister a diaper. And he'll go get her a diaper. And just like he likes to be involved. And so to me, it's like I've upgraded him and he's loving the responsibility and it is easy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really hard. It's easy for him to feel included.
I was going to say, plus you guys just have both your families in town. You have so many friends and family that come through. I feel like if anything, I will make him feel special till the day he dies.
He is like, he feels so loved. I think he knows it.
But yeah, he knows how loved he is.
Oh, it's the best.
Which really helps. And then, is your family complete? Somebody wanted to know.
I hope not. I mean, I just honestly, if I wasn't about to turn 35, I'd probably be like that, whatever, like lady who had 12 kids.
Yeah, you would be that.
Love it. And God willing, I would love another one.
I can't. Well, let's get pregnant at the same time.
Okay.
People would be like, with who? I'll be like,
pregnancy pact. Kat.
Kat. That's who. Okay, so what is your workout self-care routine?
Okay, so I just honestly, having kids, people will be like, I just don't have time. Okay, listen, I don't have time either. If I don't do it at 5 a.m., it won't happen. It is one of those things that I have never really like ebbed or flowed.
It's like drinking water to you.
It is like drinking water.
Yeah.
I need mentally to work out. I've never gone through phases where I didn't enjoy it or crave it. Even in college, like I still always was like going for runs and stuff. And it's just like something that truly, and that's like what Worth and I really connected on. It just like,
Yeah, it's true.
just I have to do it or I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
So I typically do it before the kids get up at 5:30.
And you love that time of day too. Like,
Oh my gosh. When the birds like are chirping and it's dark outside and I've opened my garage doors and I work out, I mean, it's like magical to me and the world isn't up yet.
I love that.
So but I'm a crazy, you know this, like I like the morning. So like I force myself to get up. Sometimes I don't feel like it, but I'm always like big on like weight circuits and then like incline walking cardio.
and you have a Pilates machine at your
I have
house.
a Pilates machine that I'll sprinkle in there. But like, I mean, if I had only a like set, I guess, of different weights of dumbbells, I would be fine.
Yeah.
Like most of my workouts consist of dumbbells and a mat. So like it can be done.
And we work out together sometimes. It's really fun. It helps so much working out with you. Like it's just so much.
It's just like a little push.
And then we get Chandler that comes out and he's like, watch my tricks while we
I love
work out.
it.
It's the best.
That's when we work out on my days that I don't work at 7 or 8.
You used to do like questions about Botox on Wednesdays or something. Will you get back to that?
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason I stopped is it was hump day Q&A on Wednesdays. And I would say, ask me anything, skincare, filler, Botox, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I started working on Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays. So Wednesdays I don't work. And then also I would get asked a lot of the same questions. And so then I just felt like, am I redundant?
I loved watching those.
Well, maybe I'll coin it
Tuesdays. Tuesday. It's a
Tuesday,
question.
Tuesdays, or, well,
Ask me anything Thursdays.
Friday. Yay.
Friday, ask me anything.
Yeah.
Friday, ask
maybe
me anything.
Friday, you ask me something.
I'm usually more clever than this.
Yeah, well, we'll noodle on it, but maybe I'll bring it back. I have had a couple requests for it, so
Yeah.
I've just kind of like, having kids and all. It's like I've sort of let my skincare Instagram go. I really need to bring it back because there's always some good questions.
You say like when people say like, how do you have time? My friend the other day, who I might have told you about this, but he is such a great guy and he has a little boy and he's single and he like travels to go see the little boy and he owns his own gym and he's just going through a bit of a funk. And I was like, I really feel like you would love and thrive doing like self-care stuff, like a little bit of therapy, meditation. And he was like, honestly, I don't have time. And I was like, none of us really have time, but you got to make time for it.
Make time
and he
for
was
what's
like,
important.
no, I won't have time for that. And I'm like, okay.
Well,
and he goes, I appreciate your help though. You're like, I was like, you.
It's really like you just have to make time for the things that fuel you, like and fill your cup. And like to me, working out is one of those. Instagram isn't always one of those.
Yeah.
I do get sucked in scrolling, but like being
do.
creative or, but I need to do it. I'll get back to it.
Yeah. Well, only if you have time, but I did like those. But yeah,
I'll make
you just
time.
got to carve out time for things that you like to do. Like, oh my gosh, saunaing, cold plunging has become, I love it.
I wish you have one in your backyard. If I
Yeah, I'm
had one in my
come over
backyard,
anytime.
I would love to.
You're 7 minutes from
I
me.
don't have time. Just kidding. I'll
I
find
just
it.
don't have the time.
It is fun to do that
Thank you for
with
making time for the podcast
Oh,
today.
anything for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Within reason.
Could I have some of your Miyoko?
You sure can.
I put it in my coffee. It's sweet. I
little
think I told
fembot
you.
action.
I think I told you this when Bree was in San Francisco with me. We were doing a live podcast and she came for one. And so she was like hammered one night and she was still pumping and stuff. And she was like, hey, watch this. It's my trick. She laid down and she went, and it like shot up in the air. And I was like, cool trick, man.
It really is. It's pretty unbelievable.
It's something. It's something.
It really is.
Oh gosh. Well, thanks for coming on Off the Vine and keep on rocking in the free world. I never know how to end podcasts. I'm always like, all right, well,
Hey, little dabble do ya.
little dabble do ya. Well, see you later.
Jobin.
I'm Caitlin Bristowe. Your session is now ending. And if I'm being honest,
I wouldn't mind a rating and review.